Oh, sorry, I was miles away then. I was just looking at prop firms. Right, non-farm payroll. So I was just doing some back testing on something as well. And get some very good results. This is over a year with the strat. I've been back testing the strat. Varying results, but I'm just trying to find an edge in it, really. Anyway, update on that. Ladder, VJ, hello. I haven't actually posted. Sorry, I haven't posted that we're live yet. Hang on. One sec. I'm not with it at all. Not used to doing this live room here. Go away. Right. Here we are. So, non-farm payroll. We've got obviously non-farm payroll, along with average earnings and unemployment rate. And we've also got the CAD unemployment figures coming out at the same time. So it doesn't really matter what the numbers are. It will do what it wants to do. So looking at what we can trade, obviously any index is going to move fast and hard. I would probably look at the Dow. Right, Dow's already come down massively hard by the looks of things. So you can trade the Dow, and obviously anything you've got with US is potentially tradable as well. So US dollar CAD would be the obvious one, because obviously you're going to get double bubble on that. You're going to get the CAD unemployment news mixed with the non-farm figures. Obviously it's CAD and US all released at the same time, so maximum volatility will be on US dollar CAD in all likelihood. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So non-farm, basically, we usually look for some kind of liquidity run and reversal. So the US, the Dow was not updated. Yeah, so with the US, obviously we looked at this one this morning. You've got that high there. So if they run that high, there's a chance that they'll pull back off of that. And we've got these two lows here, which if they run those, there's a good chance we'll pull back off of that. What I would like to see is positive US numbers, negative CAD numbers, and a move to the downside to take liquidity. If that happens, we've got potentially a very nice little long opportunity on our hands. So we'll see what happens, but I may not trade it. I'm just interested to see what happens. I've got a pound US dollar on, obviously, at the minute, which is potentially going to get affected by this news. So if we can get a strong US dollar move off of that, I'm looking to exit that position down here. Hi, Stevie. In sunny Spain. I was just whizzing through the prop firms, just trying to find tradable assets on them. Who's this? And to trade. What can you trade? Just want to know what you can trade. Jeez. What an awful website. What assets can you trade? You can't. Doesn't tell you. Right, screw you. Goodbye. Funded next. I'm just looking for someone you can trade stocks with. Just want to do some back testing on some stocks. Why do they make it so hard? It's like, hey, come and trade with us. Why not tell me what I can trade? Really handy, that would. What capital, responsible broker, what leverage, trading platform, country, affiliate scheme, no, profit share, basic rules, no. Fine. The funded trader FAQ, starting out, general rules, standard changes, rapid, royal, TFT, competitions, funds, and accounts go trade, what's the maximum available positions, 8 cap, no, not using you. What instruments? What instruments sheet? Nope. Can't trade stocks. That's it. Right, there we go. Okay, that's a load of rubbish. So I was just looking for something I can trade stocks on because I want to do some back testing. I'm looking for a prop firm basically that can do some stock trading. So FTMO seems to be the one that offers the most variety at the moment. FTMO, you can trade something like 30 different stocks, which are all the top tech stocks really. Trader Central offers some. E8 has got 4. On E8 I can trade. What can I trade on E8? I can trade Apple, Meta, Netflix, and Tesla. That's it. So not particularly helpful. Anyway. Right, we've got 2 minutes to go. Let's just bring up US dollar CAD. So we'll see where we go with movement. Looking basically at these levels on US dollar CAD and just see if we can get a hit onto them. Looking to trade the Dow. I don't want to trade that with 1%. I want to trade that with 0.5%. So I'm just getting my prop firm count set up as well. And okay. 1 minute. Let me stick financial juice on. Sure, we've got some volume.
263k, 263k higher than the forecast of 255k. Unemployment rate 3.5%, 3.5% lower than the forecast of 3.7%. Canadian unemployment rate 5.2%, 5.2% lower than the forecast of 5.4%. US average earnings year over year 5% as expected. Canadian employment change 21.1k, 21.1k higher than the forecast of 20k. US private payrolls 288k, 288k higher than the forecast of 275k. US average workweek hours 34.5 as expected. Average earnings month over month at 0.3% as expected. Canadian participation rate 64.7%, 64.7%.
Bullish all round, basically.
Forecast of 64.8%. US.
Shut up. Bullish all round. So it should be good US dollar, bad indices. Jesus, going to need a bigger stop than that now. Not much movement there on the US dollar CAD. US dollar Swiss is a bit bigger. US dollar's coming down. Not a massive move. Much bigger move on the indices. Not really any directional bias off of it. DAX barely moving. No, the DAX won't move. It's got nothing to do with the DAX. This is US. DAX is German. These are US numbers. Probably will get some movement on the DAX, but not. Yeah, DAX is moving, but not any. It won't get as much as the US indices. So US dollar CAD. We just tapped into the highs of the day. Didn't really go anywhere. I'm looking for an opportunity to short the Dow. I'm trying to see if we get a pullback, but we're not pulling back. I'm going to try a quarter there. I wanted it to pull back a bit further, but seems to just be hovering at the lows at the minute. Either the broker had a problem or the price feed was just gapped down on 5 minutes. Yeah, probably a broker. Markets tend to freeze. Brokers, a lot of brokers freeze on news because it's just sheer volume of orders going through. They just can't update the charts fast enough. All depends on their servers, but okay, stopped out on that Dow. Pretty marginal figures, aren't they? So may not get too much movement. Afternoon, December. This is more of the pullback that I wanted to get in on. Wasn't sure I was going to do it, so let me just see. Okay, there's that 5 minute candle. Oh, don't freeze up now, for God's sake. Oh, I'm getting so fed up with Robo Forex. I keep doing this, these charts keep freezing. So annoying. It might be time to shift brokers again. Well, I'm just watching my E8 account. E8 is still updating. We haven't really gone very far. We're pretty much where we are here anyway. What I wanted to do was try and get a sell stop order on. Okay. So what's it do? Gets me in at a sell. Spread it too far on it. Okay, so looking for a continuation of strength, basically. Just watching these lows, see if we can get down to these lows. If we can break back down below these lows, we should come back down and retest that spike. There's enough sellers. Add one more down at the lows. US dollar CAD. Obviously, it's been positive news on the CAD as well. So the reason I'm watching this is to see how much strength there is in the US dollar, because this is the best gauge at the moment, because we've got a strong Canadian dollar and we're pushing on the US. It just shows me how strong the US is off the back of this news. The other US pairs, they're much more pronounced. So this gives you a good idea, the US dollar CAD, of the actual physical strength of the US dollar. If it's beating the CAD, which is going to be strong off positive news, CAD will be spiking. Oh, look at that whipsaw on the CAD. Look at that. That's nasty. So basically just cleared all the lows. Off we go. That's a big stop on. That's what should have happened. Obviously, strong CAD off the back of the news. Oh, nasty, aren't they? Not very strong move. We're stuck at the lows at the minute on the Dow. Doesn't seem to be going anywhere. I might close this out. Another 5-minute candling. Just going to reduce the stops on both of those positions, just to reduce the risk down to 0.75%. Oh, sorry, about 0.4% instead of 0.5%. I want to see us close this low, which we're struggling with at the minute. There we go. See if we can hold that low. See if the CAD can break that high. If US dollar CAD can break that high, we should have a pretty decent run on the indices this afternoon. And the DAX should get that gap fill done. All my TPs of all my attempted gap fill trades this week. Look, stopped out on most of those. Took profit on some, yeah. Too bad on it this week. And US dollar's coming down nicely. Just testing the Asian lows. If we break those Asian lows, we'll be good for a run to the downside on that this afternoon. We get down through there. That's our next stop. Propulsion gap. Come on. My legs. got gold short on as well on the funded account, which I took at exactly where it is actually, 174.04. Yeah, exactly where we are. So I'm short from here on gold. It's a swing, basically. I was looking for strong US figures to push gold down, but we're not getting very far. Doesn't seem to be a particularly strong move. I say I don't trade gold. The only reason I'm taking this at the moment is just literally for a swing opportunity. On the funded account, I'm mostly scalping it, but I'm taking the odd swing on something that's got a very high probability of working. So this is a $250 risk and a $12.50 reward. So, this is the sort of trade I'll put on the funded account. And if it hits that, that's 50% of my withdrawal target done. I'm looking to take out somewhere between 2 to 4K each time. If I can get one of those on with a nice big wide stop, I only need 2 or 3 of those, and that's done. And I'll just withdraw that and then put them on. But if it doesn't work out, it's a tiny little loss. So I got 1.7% profit on the Dow. The funded account. This is my EA funded. .4 here because I'm only trading tiny here because this is my position trading account. It's not my scalping account. So stop break even. Guys, if we can get back to those lows, we've got an opportunity to pop out the lows down there. If we can get a nice pop out the bottom there, we got potentially quite a nice big drop on our hands. Could stop anywhere around here. That support resistance. So need to watch it down there if it can get down below that level. It's a shame I mistimed that first trade. Took a 0.25% loss on it. Just watch what happens when we get down to there. We're either going to tap that and bounce, or we're going to flush through it. There's going to be a lot of orders sitting there. So if we've got enough sellers on board, we'll just flush that very quick move from looking for out of there to give us some confidence in going south a bit more. If we don't, if we start bouncing off this level like this, like it's doing now, this is the sellers being absorbed by the buyers. And that could be the end of the move. I'm just getting ready to close out on the other platform. I wouldn't exactly call that a flush. Made it through. There we go. So decent selling there. Just going to close half that out, break even the second half. And let one run. Ooh. Very nice, $700. Job done. Gold's coming down nicely as well. Just broken on gold. So decent move to the downside on that, as you'd expect with the US dollar pushing. This is, if anybody wants any confirmation that this is literally just another US dollar cross, like any other US dollar cross, there it is right now. US dollar's pushing hard off the news, gold coming down because it's a cross with US dollar. US dollar CAD struggling, so this isn't as strong as I was expecting it to be, this US dollar move. CAD's getting on top of it, so it's going, but it's not. I don't think we're going to get a huge runaway this afternoon. We're just stalling down there. I'll close this out. See where this candle closes. We've got 1 minute left on this candle. Okay. So look at where we're going with the indices this afternoon. We're going to get a pullback on this. We will pull back, I would imagine, on this at some point, but Nasdaq's just taken out the lows from Wednesday. S&P's done that already. Dow done that already as well. So if you look at the price action we've had on the indices from this week, we had a massive push Monday, massive push Tuesday. Then we had that accumulation and drop on Wednesday. This is the profit take on the other side of this move. So how far this is going to come is difficult to tell, but you want to watch fib levels on this move up. Forget Wednesday. I mean, you could use Wednesday. Not much difference, is it? But Wednesday, we just basically took the liquidity and stopped. So somewhere here, 61.8, 71.9 is a deep pullback. Just happens to be that propulsion gap. That's where I would look to target on it. So somewhere down there. And break even stop on it, so I can't lose. Nice break there. So we're off. Might lock a bit of profit in on this. What bank so far? Just going to trail this. This is going to pull back in a minute. So I just want to lock in as much as I can on it, to be honest. Take that 0.5%. If it keeps flying, it keeps flying. Jesus. Very nice. Just made $930 on that move. do me. Sammy, I'll take my 1.5% from Euro US dollar. Go for it. I'm thinking of taking some money off the pound US dollar in a second. I've got a lot on it, to be honest. I've just got out of something. What the hell have I just got out of? Oil. Okay, oil's just stopped me out. That was that out of the Dow. Stopped out of the Dow, closing that. Okay, that's done. So Dow trade's done. So this afternoon I'll be looking for pullback drops on all the US indices. So it'll be on a move like this, very, very difficult to get back in. So this is obviously the initial news move and the continuation. So anywhere basically from here to here, you could jump in on this. This thing could just accumulate. It could just continue to drop. Don't know. Obviously, the market likes it at the minute. Positive US, but look at where we are with some of these levels. Remember what I said this morning? Just taking all that liquidity. They could come back down, grab all of that, and then start the move. So, you know, non-farm, we quite often get whips or double-ended stop hunts. So just be a little careful this afternoon. US dollar CAD, we didn't quite take that liquidity, which I'm a little bit surprised about. But very weak one. You know, we've seen much, much bigger moves on non-farm payroll. We're nowhere near normal non-farm moves, unfortunately. But indices, obviously, are now all open for drops. Halfway there on the DAX, on the gap fill. Oh, annoying. NASDAQ, obviously, long way to go down on the NASDAQ. S&P as well. And obviously, you can see the Dow. So if you want to get in on these, obviously this is big price action compared to what we normally do candlestick wise, so high volatility. But when we get back up into these areas, look for some sell opportunities, to get into shorts, which is what I should be doing this afternoon. But with minimal risk, I'm not going to get in too big because done my money today. Good trading week. My 4 minutes of trading is done. Good one, Sammy. Yeah. You can trade for 4 days, 4 hours, 4 minutes even, and make money. Can't really complain, can you? So Euro Swiss. So I've still got the EA running on oil. So with oil, I'll post all this in the Telegram group in a minute, but I will get back into oil. So the EA is running and it's going to get me into the next 5-minute reversal alert to the upside. But I think we'll quite possibly now get a flush on oil. Probably down below these lows, and we will just go into a little bit more of a cumulative pattern somewhere below between ADR low and where we are now, somewhere in here. So I will look to get back in again. We're still very extended on the 4-hour on oil. You know, there is an opportunity for quite a big profit take on this. We could well come back way more than ADR on this before we go long again. But I just get the feeling with this price action on oil, it is so strong at the moment. But we're on multiple days up. And like I said, this thing needs to rest. We need a pullback on this move. Something like this for a couple of days is quite possible. So just a couple of day pullback and then start next leg up. So putting back into the reversal alert on the 4-hour, back into maybe this propulsion gap. So if we get into another position on this today, I'm not too worried about that at all. So we will see on oil. We're just starting to pull back on the Dow. So obviously be aware that we could just put in a V-shaped recovery. We quite often do with these non-farm moves. So if you wanted to get in there, you got a very tight 750 pip stop. If you're thinking V-shaped recovery, that's a massive risk reward trade. obviously you're standing in front of the freight train, but the freight train's got to stop at some point. So, you know, this thing could just fly from here. Up to you if you want to trade sort of counter trend. Okay, so that's been fun. So all these US dollar moves are potentially open for continuations now. So US dollar CAD was looking for long opportunities, didn't quite get to where I wanted it to be. I was hoping we were going to get down here somewhere, but we haven't. US dollar Swiss up at the highs. Wouldn't really want to be long in it all the way up there at the highs, but likely to pull back and push from there. US dollar yen, as I said this morning, don't really like US dollar yen at all. That has just taken out the highs there. We've just taken anybody that shorted after that initial spike that isn't out is now. So that's obviously teed up for some yen strength if we get it. We'll see on that one. Okay. Anybody got anything else I want to look at? Just while I'm on. Nice, profitable couple of minutes. Half an hour or so. Haven't managed to take profit on the pound US yet. We are pulling back on the US dollar, so I would expect, you know, the same thing. So as this pulls back and drops, this will pull back and drop. I think we're going to get down there. Let's see. Okay, I'll leave it there, guys. That was nice and profitable, wasn't it? So banked a little bit there. I've got out of oil. I'm flat on oil. Banked a little bit there on that scalp. I'd probably go flat on US Swiss, to be honest. It's not really going anywhere at the moment. So I'm going to watch this one this afternoon. In fact, I might. I got on it 0.25%. Really turn that volume down. Just double bottomed. I'm going to take Euro Swiss off as well. I'll post this in the Telegram group. I'm just going to get flat for the weekend, as flat as I can. So I'm closing that out as well. So I'm just sat with my pound US dollar. Pound US dollar, I'm hoping is going to continue to drop on US dollar strength this afternoon. So if I can get that back into a bit of profit, maybe 0.25%, I'll probably close all that out as well, and that'll be done for the week. So 6% week, pretty good. Happy with that for the week. New Zealand dollar CAD. Oops. So obviously New Zealand dollar CAD's a short. Don't want to be long in it. Especially now, you don't want to be long in it because we just had positive CAD news. So unemployment figures and employment figures on CAD, all positive, all going in the right direction. They're getting on top of inflation. They've put their interest rates up by a decent margin. Oil is pumping, which is what they make a lot of money out of. So CAD is a long. New Zealand is also a long. Sorry, that wasn't the CAD news. That was New Zealand news with the rates. But yeah, it's the same thing. It's New Zealand is a long. CAD is a long. CAD will be longer, i.e. stronger than New Zealand because it tracks a lot more with the US dollar, and the US dollar has just got really good figures as well. So I'd be looking shorts on that. The shorts were up here though on Wednesday. Sorry, yesterday. Those highs. But it was a difficult entry to get. So, but you could take it long down here. Obviously, it might well bounce off of these lows, but long term, I'm looking for short opportunities on it rather than longs. So, But saying that, if we are going to stay in this range, could well come back up there, couldn't it? Not for me, that one. Right, guys, I'll be back 7:50 on Monday morning. Have a good weekend. And if you're going to scalp this afternoon, obviously, ideally look for shorts, but blimey, that's turning over already by the looks of things. Looking for some kind of pullback before you get in. Unless you're going to take a break of the lows will also work. But obviously, you're getting in quite late into the move, but the move could just continue to collapse this afternoon. Don't forget, these indices are expected to come down and retest the lows and potentially crash out of them. So, we could easily get 100, 150 ADR move this afternoon if the market wants to. If this is the turning point here, this is going to trigger a reversal alert on H4, this move on the Dow. So we're going to get a reversal alert this afternoon. This could well go from here. I don't really want to take it down there, not after I've locked in that profit. So, looks pretty good, doesn't it? Okay, guys, have a good weekend. I'll be back Monday morning, 7:50, same time. If you need me, I'm in the Telegram group. Otherwise, I will see you then. Have a good one.